Ich bin der Moritz, wir sind heute hier in der Klangfarbe mit Petr Furch und stellen Fragen, die jeder und noch nie jemand über Furch fragen wollte. Und genauso haben wir heute unsere Eröffnung der Furch Roadshow mit 8 speziellen Modellen, die den ganzen Monat bei uns zu sehen sind. So, yeah, let's get started. The first question is one maybe you hear often. It's how is Furch actually pronounced correctly?
Oh yeah, good question. As in Czech, we pronounce this Furch, but of course you can use whatever you want. we have heard many options, like many variations. Furch in English-speaking countries, Furche in Japan, for example.
Oh.
So, but yeah, we say it Furch.
Okay. So then, where is the name Furch coming from? What's the origin of the name?
Well, it's a family name. So my father, František Furch, he started to build guitars, so he was not really thinking about putting a different name on it. So yeah, Furch is my father's name. That's how it started.
When was the company founded, actually?
Oh yeah, well, first guitar my father made was in 1981. It was deep in communism time in Czech Republic, so basically the story is that my father was a musician. He was playing bluegrass music, country music, folk music. It was a huge community actually in Czech Republic, gathering people around American music because it was a way of like a rebellion against communism regime back then. So he was part of that community, member of that community, and what was a problem for musicians playing American music in Czech Republic back then was the availability of instruments. So he said, okay, well, if I want good quality instrument, American style instrument, I have to probably build it. That's the only way, because buy it's very, very difficult and very costly and so on. And back then in 80s, Ovation was a big thing. So he said, I try to build something like Ovation because I like to have it, everybody wants to have it, and let's try it. So he made this kind of like a plaster mold, and then with fiberglass he made this like a round back kind of thing, and he bought old piano and made this like a 3 tops soundboard actually out of the soundboard of the piano, and basically put it together like this. And then he had a guitar and brought it to rehearsals with his friends, and the friends actually said, okay, can you build me one as well, and can you build one for me, and with this specification and that specification, and that's how we collected first orders in a communism time. And back then actually you have to understand that it was illegal to actually make business on your own, so he was kind of like secretly making guitars for his friends. And of course, then Velvet Revolution in 89 basically opened the options for him to actually do official business. But we dated back to 81.
Okay, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Well, then what was actually the first instrument ever made by your father?
Oh yeah,
was it a guitar?
First guitar. The guitar was made in 81, as I mentioned. But the first instrument, even before that, was actually banjo.
Okay.
He made banjo for himself because he's mainly a banjo player.
So then, what other instruments beside flat top guitars is for producing?
Well, currently we are, as you say, focused on a flat top guitar. So that's our kind of like a core of expertise. Well, maybe one interesting product we have is travel instruments. We call it Little Jane. It's actually named after my sister Jana. And I have actually one example here. I'll show you. Let me show. Travel instruments are, well, I think kind of unique and growing segment in acoustic guitars. I can actually show you to the camera. That's how it looks like inside. But with a couple of steps, you can put together full-size guitar. Yeah. Yeah, you have a guitar.
Well, that's perfect for traveling.
So yeah, this is our travel guitar, Little Jane, and actually, yeah, we will keep this model here for your customers to try out, because this is all mahogany version of our Little Jane. So it will be exclusively for your customers here, available for upcoming month.
How many people are working at Furch in the whole company?
In the whole company, we are at about 90 people. In the production itself, just the production, no management, no engineering and maintenance department. Just the production, it would be about 60 people.
And how many guitars are made per day?
Yeah, per day. Right now, our goal is 41 guitars per day.
Wow, 41 guitars. A lot of guitars a day. And what is the most expensive wood you ever used on instruments?
The most expensive, let's say most exclusive we've ever used would be probably Brazilian rosewood, a long time ago. But currently, if you look in the Rainbow series custom shop instruments, you will find Hawaiian koa is the most exclusive, most expensive actually wood we have.
And how long does it on average take to build one guitar?
We always keep guitar in a production. It's always like a 6 to 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, because yeah, it varies on the difficulty of model you choose. For example, like Blue series, which has a more like a minimalistic appointments, more minimalistic even finish is not high gloss. It's open pore finish and so on. This takes shorter time. But if you're talking about high gloss red series with a lot of details, a lot of binding, a lot of inlays, that takes longer.
Okay.
So always 6 to 8 weeks actually is gonna take.
Okay, and how many different guitar models are available at the moment?
Oh yeah, well, depends how you look at it. If you we have a lot of options. We like to give customers like a big variety of options. I mean, ergonomics, like acoustic properties. So we are talking right now about material options, different versions for top boards, backboards, different body shapes. Actually, there are a lot of body shapes available in one single line. Then neck width, standards for 45 millimeter, but you can option for 43 millimeters if your maybe fingers or hand is a little bit smaller, or vice versa. If your hand is a little bit bigger or fingers are a little bit bigger, then you probably opt for 48 millimeters. So that makes our range quite big. You can probably choose from probably like a couple of hundreds.
Wow.
Different options out there.
That's a lot of options.
Yeah. Maybe too many sometimes.
Also, questions actually from our staff was, will there ever Furch electric guitars?
Yeah, it has been like a couple of times on the table that if we should make an electric guitar, of course with the technology and the quality control and basically the way we are organized, it would be possible to make like a really good quality electric guitar, because acoustic guitars in general, they are much more demanding to produce. They are much more demanding for quality and precision. So yeah, we could make electric guitar, but our expertise, our core values, let's say, and core knowledge is all about how to make this kind of box of acoustic body of the guitar, how to make it sound as good as possible. I mean, acoustically. So how the vibration goes in there, what happens inside, and how to make the most out of this. And this knowledge, this know-how is absolutely irrelevant in electric guitar. So it's actually, we could not use the best things we've learned in our history. So yeah, that's the answer is actually we don't plan it. Okay. It has been many times on the table.
But you could.
But we don't plan it. We don't plan to do it. Yeah. Well, yeah, we could. Yeah.
Okay. So this was also almost answer to our last question, and this is, what is the most special about Furch guitars? Also for you.
Yeah. Well, Probably I would say we are more like an engineer's company. So our guitars are, well, we not just trying to make a guitar which looks like something very famous in the past. And we are not just trying to grab that kind of like emotion related to the picture you had on your like wall with a famous musician. We are trying to basically get to the core of the guitar, get the most out of the acoustic properties, and that means we have to like really engineer what's underneath the guitar. So the bracing, voicing processes, the finish actually which we have, it's all our development. We're trying to improve properties, acoustic properties of each individual piece of the guitar to get the sound. And the sound, why should you buy the sound of Furch? I think because it's something which will work, the instrument of Furch will work with you. If you want to create music, you will have the feedback. It will do what you want it to do, you know. It's just work, the Furch guitar is working with you if you want to create. And that's, I think quite unusual. We have achieved a lot of great things in that particular field. So yeah, if you want to create, if you want to have a good companion for your musical creativity, that's what Furch is offering, really.
Thank you very much for having taking your time.
Thank you very much.
Ja, wer das selber ausprobieren will, wer selber Furch erfahren will, hat das Monat Zeit, unsere Roadshow zu besuchen und auch natürlich alle anderen Furch-Modelle, die normal lagernd bei uns sind, gerne auszuprobieren. Danke euch.
Thank you.